3 world experts, a trauma physician, a neuroscientist, and a billionaire investor on the hidden patterns shaping every relationship in your life and why most people never see them.
We have these 2 needs, to be in touch with ourselves, to be able to express that selfhood and to be able to act on it. And we have the need to attach. Well, what happens to a child where they need to attach, but if they're being themselves, fully expressed, they're not accepted by their parents? Not because the parents don't love them,
right,
but simply because they're too traumatized or too stressed or unavailable or just they can't see the child exactly. Now the child's got this dilemma, an unconscious dilemma. I can be myself, but then I won't be accepted. Or I can go for the attachment by suppressing myself.
my authenticity.
Yeah, now what do you suppose the child has to do in every case?
Right. Suppress yourself.
Suppress yourself.
Yes.
At some point, that's where we lose in touch with our gut feelings. So I don't know what happened to you, but something happened at some point where you learned that for the sake of survival, that is to say, for the sake of maintaining an attachment relationship, you had to give up some aspect of yourself. And so then later on, gut feeling comes along, we don't listen, and then we suffer.
There was a study that you had talked about where these were women who were in relationships,
Yeah.
all having challenges in the relationship. One half talked about that too.
Yeah. Well, that
Yes.
study is in the book, The Myth of Normal, and it was done in Massachusetts. They looked at 2,000 women over a 10-year period.
This is it. Yes.
And those women that were unhappily married and didn't express their feelings were 4 times as likely to die as those women who were also unhappy, but they did express their feelings. So the issue wasn't happiness, the issue was authenticity,
Yes.
self-expression.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is profound.
It's frightening. Kindness actually is not a gift you're giving to the other, although it is, it's a gift you're giving to yourself. Because you're suffused with positive hormones, oxytocin, which is a love hormone, endorphins, which is the pleasure hormone. Your body relaxes, blood pressure is lower, your belly is in a state of warmth, you know. So now you can't pretend kindness, but see a theme in our conversation, as you laid it out right from the beginning, is the body. And the point is, it all happens in the body. So whether you're in a state of hostility or in a state of kindness, they all have their bodily manifestations. And the kindness is a lot healthier for you.
I had an experience years ago where I was extremely stressed. Some people I couldn't even talk to, some of my close friends, just because of the volume or the speed they communicated at. I was like, it's too much. I just couldn't handle it. I was so burnt out. And I thought, though, that I just wasn't working hard enough. That was my first thought. I was like, I got to do better. I'm not doing well enough. And that just burnt me even more. What's the best way to recognize when you're somebody that's at the brink, kind of, before you get there, I guess?
I always said that one of the most cruel aspects of any kind of mental health issue is that the first symptom is loss of insight. So that means that the first thing that happens to you is you actually lose the clarity that something is going wrong. So being aware is really important. And sometimes this will come from your friends and family saying, Theo, what's going on? Like, you're working like a maniac and you don't really seem well. Or it could come from if you've had previous experiences. So maybe if you ever got into that place again now, you might recognize it quicker because you've been through it before.
For sure.
I think that what brings people happiness is meaningful work and meaningful relationships. Okay, if you have meaningful work, that you're into and your passion and work's the same thing, and you have meaningful relationships, whether through that work or beyond, you're going to have probably a great life. Okay, and so you have to keep that in mind, and it doesn't have much correlation past a certain level of money. It doesn't have much correlation with that well-being, with the amount of money you have. And if you see studies across societies, and you'll see past that certain basic level, there's no correlation between the amount of money they have and how much happiness they have or well-being, okay? That the highest level of correlation across societies and studies of happiness and well-being is community. Do you have a sense of community? Do you have those around you who are your community? You'll live longer that way, you'll have a more joyous life, and it'll be a better outcome.